Welcome everyone, it's Michael Murray with Benzinga. Today I'm joined once again by the CEO of Healixa, Ian Parker. Ian, thanks for joining us. Kick us off and give us a brief overview of Healixa. What does the company do?
So Healixa is designed to find and deploy and engineer ethically engineered products. What that simply means is that we look for products that are going to have a positive impact on the people and the planet and provide meaningful and sustainable prosperity around the world. To that end, we have two particular products right now that we've used to create what we like to call our pillars of community sustainability. The first being pharmacy delivery to basically bring patients their therapies in real time, to their homes on the same day, and also remote patient monitoring to help them get their therapies and make sure that they adhere to their therapies. And then the second is, and I think the most exciting part of what we have right now, is our global aqueduct product, which will provide sustainable water all around the world for the foreseeable future.
Outstanding. And then give us a little bit of backstory on the company as well. Can you give us some history into the founding, the last couple of years, just a little bit of history about the company itself?
Sure. We started back in 2019. We've always been focused on health and wellness. The executives here have an extensive history and multiple disciplines that have come together here, whether it be finance, manufacturing, engineering, software engineering, medical, healthcare, pharmacy. So there's an extensive background of people here. We've used all of those disciplines, all of those expertise to create the product offering we have today, which is why I think you see sort of a broad product offering today. You see both healthcare and you see water. But when we talk to each other, healthcare and water are synergistic in many ways. You can't have good health without good water. Which we see every day. It's one of the reasons that we're pushing so hard on getting our water technology out into the field. Today, just today, there'll be probably about 800 children that die of lack of access to clean water from either dehydration or waterborne illnesses. So getting our water technology out into the field is very crucial to creating sustainable technologies, sustainable communities in the future. And of course, adding to that to help those communities stay healthy, providing them digital access to quality care is super important.
Absolutely, can definitely see that. Tell us about some recent company developments. What's been on the rear and also the forward-looking sides of the business in the last couple of weeks, months? What should we be on the lookout for, and what are some developments you guys have seen?
So the water technology is testing right now at about 200 liters. The configuration we have right now is about 200 liters a day. The system that we're putting together will do about 600 liters a day. We are starting to garner indications of interest on that. Those indications of interest will start to be released here in the near future. I think that's probably the biggest development we're going to have in near term. I think the market will really begin to understand the size and scope of the reach of that technology once they start to see those indications of interest. Again, being able to extract the water from the atmosphere is such a game-changing event that I don't think the market has recognized that yet. I don't think the market recognizes what we have yet, but they soon will. And one thing I can say is that there is not enough fresh water supply on the planet, on the Earth's surface, to satisfy the demand of people worldwide. This is not just a third world problem; it's a first world problem. You look at the problems with Lake Mead out in the west, that supplies 40% of Arizona's water supply. There's not enough Lake Mead to go around. So unless we start looking at the atmosphere as part of the solution to the world water problem, we're not going to be able to solve it. Luckily, we have a solution to that.
Outstanding. Love to hear that. And then pivoting just a little bit before we transition back to that last point you made, the high-profile board members you just recently added. Give us a few details there. Obviously, a very exciting development for the company.
Sure. Denver Riggleman is a friend, a colleague, and a very accomplished person. He served in Congress. He also served, in the armed forces. He has an extensive background as an entrepreneur as well, and working with the government as an entrepreneur. He is providing both guidance from a public, a public advocacy standpoint, as well as as a technology standpoint. And Chris Galliano is an extraordinarily accomplished technology individual. He was the former chief technology officer of space and naval warfare. He led the modernization program of NATO. He was able to take 40 disparate databases and combine them into one database. Not a particularly easy task, and he was the lead architect for that. He was also he has a patent on cyber threats, detecting cyber threats. So a super accomplished technology expert, and we are very honored to have him with us.
Absolutely, and congratulations on adding that high-profile personality as well. And then playing off of that a little bit, any upcoming milestones we should be paying attention to, especially from a retail investor's perspective, as you look at the company and what you're currently working on. What should be on the horizon? What should be on the radar? But what should we be looking for too from Healixa in the following months?
So there's really two major catalysts for us. First is adding pharmacies to our pharmacy delivery platform. That process is starting. I think you also noticed that we added Diane Kuntz as an advisor to our board. She's the president of MHA. MHA being one of the largest group purchasing organizations in the pharmacy industry. We couldn't ask for a better person to help guide us as to adding pharmacies to our technology platform. I think our technology platform in that regard is best in class, and I think you're going to start seeing significant pharmacy chains and independent pharmacies start to get added to that ecosystem. That's going to drive substantial revenues for us. In addition to that, the indications of interest, even though we're not in manufacturing yet, we are going to start taking indications of interest because we have tested the device. As we move into manufacturing, those indications of interest are on the water machines, on the water units, on the global aqueduct product, are going to give investors a good feel for the types of revenues that particular product line can derive as well. And I think those are the two things that investors need to pay the most attention to when it comes to our security. And there's going to be news on that in the near term.
Terrific. Well, certainly looking forward to seeing all of that come to fruition, Ian. It's always a pleasure to speak with you. Ian Parker, CEO of Healixa, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.